everyone, and welcome to a video on the Constructive Criticism YouTube channel. I'm Spencer, host of Constructive Criticism and Limited Time Only, two podcasts about getting better at Magic the Gathering. And today, we're talking about Amonkhet decks. So I'm going to do a deck tech on one of the decks that I've come up with so far for Amonkhet. This is actually a budget deck. I almost never do budget decks, but this one should be pretty inexpensive. In fact, it can get even more inexpensive if you don't choose to use my sideboard plan that I typically use for these kind of decks. But let's go over what the deck looks like and let's talk about it. It's really exciting. I'm so excited. Sometimes when you're brewing a Magic deck, you are like, man, I need this effect, I need this effect, I need this effect, and you can't find it. And finally you realize that a card does what you're trying to do, and it really solves the problem for you. So let's go over this deck, and yeah, let's get right into this. So let's start off. We have 3 Key to the City. So Key to the City is an important part of the deck because it offers a non-creature spell that allows us to get repeated discard, filter through our deck. This deck has a lot of 1-drops, as well as, quite a few lands too. So Key to the City is going to be really helpful for us to change that up and allow us to get rid of some of those excess lands while also providing some stuff that we need. We have 4 Falkenrath Gorger. This card provides a little bit of synergy in our deck while also being a very important aggressive 1-drop that we need. The deck is going to be hyper aggressive. This is mono red of old, guys. Like this is low to the ground, beat down mono red. And Falkenrath Gorger plays very nicely into that. We have 4 Flameblade Adept. This card's new, and it's 1 red for a 1/2 with Menace. And whenever you cycle or discard a card, it gets +1/+0 until end of turn. So this obviously, part of the Key to the City. And also, it's, Falkenrath Gorger, giving all of our other vampires, including other ones in our hand, Madness, is pretty good with this. So, 1 Insolent Neonate, just maxing out on the 1-drops. This card might be one of the first things you cut. You might want something else in this slot, but it's a vampire. It allows you to discard while filtering through your deck. So honestly, just not that big of an issue, I think. 4 Ravenous Bloodseeker. This is the card that I was looking and looking and looking. When I found it, I was like, yeah, this is what I need. This is what I need. I had other 2-drops in the slot that were 2 mana, 3 1s or 3 2s, and I was like, I really wish I just had something else. And this card's going to fit very nicely into the deck, allowing you to have a constant source of discard for your Flameblade Adept and some of the other cards in your deck, while also being a vampire that you can, pitch and have Madness with Falkenrath Gorger. 4 Reckless Bushwhacker. This deck has 13 1-drops, the creatures, as well as 8 more 1-drop spells. So the card is just gonna fit real nicely into the deck and allow you to go wide very quickly and kill your opponent very quickly. 4 Soul Scar Mage. This card I think is just good. Being able to have prowess, so it's a 1 red for a 1/2 with prowess. If a source would deal you damage. If a source would deal non-combat damage to a creature an opponent controls, put that many -1/-1 counters on it instead. I think that just the 1/2 prowess with that ability is going to fit very nicely for 1 red in the deck. We have 4 Cartouche of Zeal. This card is 1 red for an enchant creature you control. When it enters the battlefield, target creature can't block this turn, and the enchanted creature gets +1/+1 in haste. I've killed a lot of people with Hammer Hands, guys, and Hammer Hand is back. I tried very hard to fit the trial into this deck. It doesn't fit well into what the deck's trying to do, but Cartouche is good enough that you really want this card in your deck and to be able to go wide and maximize the number of times that you can cast these Reckless Bushwhackers. So we have 4 Fiery Temper. Obviously with our discard outlets, this card fits very nicely into the deck, and it's something that we might want. So, yeah, and it's just burned at the face and interacts with the combo decks. 2 Lightning Axe, giving us a little bit more discard, as well as giving us some stuff to handle big creatures while also being able to interact with the cat combo. 3 Shock, being able to interact with the cat combo, as well as being, cheap spells for our Soulscar Mage and our Reckless Bushwhacker. We have 4 Collective Defiance. This card does everything in this deck. Being able to discard your entire hand to your Flameblade Adept while losing nothing. It lets you go big in the stack if you get a little bit land flooded. it just does so much. It offers exactly what this deck needs, and that's the main deck, guys. That's it. I'm so excited about this deck. If you can't tell, this deck has tons of synergy. Between all of the one drops playing nicely with each other. The maximum number. I mean, this is a lot of one drops. This deck's mono red. I haven't played a mono red deck in a really long time, so I'm really excited about it. And then we have 19 mountains. This could go down to 18 if you want to do some other stuff. Include some, maybe another 3-drop or something, but just huge sigh of relief when I was able to get this deck together and play with all of the cards. So the sideboard, I like the transformational sideboard for these kind of mono decks. So I have 2 Glorybringer, 2 Hanweir Garrison, 3 Magma Spray, 1 Tears of Valakut, 2 Hanweir Battlements, 1 Mountain, 2 Chandra, and 2 Destructive Tampering. As you can see, my sideboard is either a different set of removal, or make it so they can't block, or just go bigger than them by setting in lands and big threats. And I think that's just the correct way to go in a lot of different matchups, depending on the player of the draw. There's not much to say about the sideboard other than that. And yeah, let me know what you guys think of this budget red deck. I was so excited to have it built and have something that I could talk to you guys about. I'm excited for the fact that we have so many red one drops now, something that we haven't had in a long time. So let me know what you guys think, and yeah, thanks for watching.